Hello everyone, George Gill here from Gill Technologies. Welcome back to our part 3 of our Telecom Expense Management for small businesses. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me. I also want to encourage you, if you're a small business, to go to our site www.gill-technologies.com as displayed here on the screen and sign up for a free analysis. Get an analysis of your current billing to see what we can save you. It doesn't cost you a thing. The risk is all on us. But certainly if you can save some money, why not? Okay, so let's go back and just summarize where we've gone in part 1 and part 2. Part 1, we spoke about the cost audit process and the benefit for a small business. If you haven't seen that, please click on the video that will explain the cost audit benefits to a small business. And in part 2, we talked more about the management and reporting and how that essentially speeds up your time, your ability to see where you're at and where you're going. So if you haven't seen that video, please click on that video, Management and Reporting, Part 2, Telecom Expense Management. And now today we're going to talk about single point of contact. Okay, so when we talk about single point of contact, again, for mid-sized companies or larger, it's really easy to talk about some of the benefits, such as procurement policies, streamlining processes, enforcing policies, centralize the management of your communications. But probably the number one benefit to single point of contact support and procurement for small business is eliminating the frustration. Okay, now when we talk about frustration, we're talking about frustration in dealing with the management of your communications, specifically in dealing with the carriers. Okay, so what are some of the problems you might have and the reasons why you might need to speak to a carrier? Excuse me for a second here. Okay, there's a lot of them, but what we find most for small businesses, the reasons why they're calling carriers are such things as problems with their bill, problems with their phone, problems with the service, unable to understand the technology. They want some how-to help. Problem with their account. They need to add a new phone. They need to upgrade a phone. They may need to change maybe a username on an account. The biggest one, of course, is understanding how to. How do I take advantage of these features? How do I make this happen? So these are some of the common reasons why you might need to speak to a carrier or a dealership to get support. With single point of contact, what we're eliminating for that small businesses and eliminating from that frustration are such things as sitting on hold. You know, very often we talk to businesses that are frustrated about calling into a carrier, and every time they call in, they're on hold for 15 minutes, or they get transferred 3 or 4 times. So there's that resource being taken up, just literally wasting time, essentially. Re-explaining yourself, you know, the customer verification process. I just verified my account. You told me to test something and call you back. I got to verify my account again, and that's a 10-minute process. So then not really understanding that, hey, I'm a customer, or this top secret proof that, you know, you're a customer and the only way we can help you with your voicemail is if you verify your account. Well, frankly, why would I want to tap into or steal or do something devious with my account if I'm telling you my voicemail isn't working? It's pretty basic, but anyways, resources to deal with all of these challenges. So when Bob's phone is broken and maybe Bob isn't the most technology advanced kind of guy and he needs Sarah to call in for him, now you're taking up 2 resources within your company to deal with this one issue, this one very small issue. Inconsistent answers. You know, we often laugh about the carriers being very similar to some government agencies where you need to call 3 times because you need to put the 3 answers together to try and figure out what the real answer is, and sadly that happens a lot with the carriers. And then finally, consequences. Consequences of doing an action with the carrier and the carrier not really understanding your whole business. For example, maybe you added text messaging to your cell phone, and in turn it lost your voicemail, and you call back the carrier upset, and they say, well, you told us to add that text messaging feature bundle, and that removes your other bundle which had voicemail. and you didn't think to tell me that. So the consequences of making any small changes can dramatically affect your account or your usage, and all of a sudden now you're wasting more time. So biggest benefit for small businesses when it comes to single point of contact support, and by far what we hear consistently, is eliminating that frustration of dealing with the carriers and handling the issues that come up on a day-by-day basis with your business communications. Now, what I want you to do is enter down below here in the comments. Tell me what your frustrations are in your business. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear if what we've heard in the past is the biggest challenges that you've had with the carrier. Tell us about it. Fill out the form, subscribe to our channel. We're going to be posting a lot more great videos here to try and help you out and benefit your business. So we want to make sure we get that information out to you as soon as possible. I'm George Gill from Gill Technologies, and thank you for joining me.